to make an extra $200 a month. That is why we started. And after 7 months of very hard work, our income reached $1,000. At that time, if you're using Kenya shillings or whatever country you are, about 75,000 Kenya shillings. So when I realized what the business could do, I really paid attention to it. I started reading about the industry. I started reading about nutrition, the need for exercise, how the body works. And we worked very, very hard. After 3 years of very hard work, when the income from the business is about 3 times my salary, I resigned my job. I fired my boss on the 27th of September, 1999. So I don't know what your story will be like. If you're a guest, your story could be different, could be even more exciting than ours. But I urge you just pay attention about the company. New Life was started by Jerry Brown. Started on nutritional products that bridge the gap between what our body needs and what our diet provides. That is really the basis of the start of this business. We've been pioneers in cellular nutrition. Since 1958, Neolec knew that nutrition starts in the human cell. Because if your cells are not healthy, your body is not healthy. I think our cells, they estimate that our body has about 73 trillion cells. And each of those cells in different organ parts need good nutrition. We've had a number of 100 milestone achievements. What does that mean? It means that we have had firsts in different categories of different product ranges. For example, one of the star products in our business is called carotenoid complex, a product which is made from the red-colored fruits and vegetables, and it boosts our immune system by almost 37% in 21 days. So we've had different firsts in achievement in product development. We've got very exciting stories all over the world in the 55 countries we do business. Town 2 weeks ago, and we had really exciting stories about how this business is changing people's lives on the African continent. But the foundation of our business is based on the 5 corporate principles which we believe to be very important to have a long-term business. The first is absolute honesty and integrity. We believe we need to tell the truth about our products and about our business. Integrity is really doing the right thing when nobody is watching. The second one, people are number one. The most important resource we have in our business is people, because if we don't have people, we don't have a business. The third is products that work. The company has put together a group of scientists called the Scientific Advisory Board, whose job is just to research and develop first-class products. The fourth is equal opportunity for everybody. Everybody who starts this business starts at exactly the same level, man or woman, old or young, a student, an engineer, a doctor, a housewife, a plumber, anybody who is serious, anybody who is over 18, even if you're 81 or 86, you can start and succeed in this business. And then you need to have a long-range vision. It means when you start the business initially, give it a 2 to 5 year horizon of very hard work. You'll gain financial freedom if you apply the business system correctly taught by the person who invited you. So have a long-range vision. These are some of the products we have in our business. Starting from the left, the skin and personal care range of products. Why? Because the biggest organ in our body is our skin. So it makes good sense to take care of the skin. But also to make yourself look clean, to wash, to clean your hair, to bathe your body. You've got excellent products in this range. The middle part, which is the highest selling range of our business, is the health supplements. We've got product that addresses some of the lifestyle illnesses like diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis, joint problems. All these situations or conditions can be sorted out with good nutrition and good lifestyle. And then on the on the right side of the screen, you have the cleaning range of products. Every single home or every person who is attending this meeting at least took a bath or a shower today and cleaned their home, because every home needs cleaning products. All right? These are the scientists who develop our products. We've got scientists. The reason why Neolife started this scientific advisory board is the founder of the business, Jerry Brasfield, said that if I'm going to develop any products, I don't want any chemicals or artificial ingredients in our products. We will only use products which is derived from the human food chain for consumption. That is the theory behind, the philosophy behind our business. Based in nature, backed by science. So we've got biochemists, we've got product technologists, we've got food scientists, nutritionists, quality experts, people whose top-notch training is nutrition and how to make nutritional products. I spoke earlier about cellular nutrition. You see, if your cell is unhealthy, the diagram on the left-hand side, nutrients do not go in, health and waste does not come out. You get a cell which is tired and you feel sick. That is why there are many people who go to hospital, the doctor checks, there seems to be nothing. Most of the time, it's because your cells are not getting the nutrients they need. They suffer from chronic fatigue syndrome. But if your cells are healthy, nutrients come into the cell and waste comes out, and you've got a cell that generates sufficient energy for you to work. And that is determined by the cell membrane. And what is a product that helps your cells to absorb nutrients efficiently? The solution is a product called ProVitality. It's actually a product with 4 different. The green capsule is called N, which helps with cellular nutrition. It's the product that helps your cell membrane to absorb nutrients efficiently. The brown one, or dark brown colored one, is called carotenoid complex. It's made from the red colored fruits and vegetables, which helps our immune system to be stronger. Then the yellow one is the omega-3 salmon oil. It is made from fish. It helps with reducing inflammation. It helps to lower the bad cholesterol in your bloodstream. It helps your joints. It helps your brain function properly. And then you have the multivitamin complex, the green one. So that is the solution to health challenges. And this is where those products are derived from. The green capsule is derived from rice, wheat, and soya. The brown capsule is made from these red-colored foods. And then the multivitamin complex is made from these berries. And then the omega-3 is made from the fish oil. So the next one is a home care range. What is the philosophy behind the home care range? Low dose, low burden. What does that mean? It means that the products we use do not cause any burden in the environment when it's discharged. Because remember, when you wash anything, you discharge the water or the waste to the environment. And this is one of the things that a company has done to make sure that anything that is discharged in nature does not harm negatively the environment. The product on the right-hand side is called LDC. It is, you mix it 1:5 with water. In our home, we use these products for washing dishes. I use it for showering. I use it for shaving. We use it to wash the car. We use it to clean the bathroom. One product does 5 or 6 different things in the home. The one on the left, which is the yellow one, is Super 10. Super 10 is a heavy-duty cleaner. It's a concentrate you mix 1 to 10. It means 1 liter of the product will give you 11 liters of product. It is used for heavy duty. When you have stains in your carpet, you have stains in your clothes, you have stains that you really need to take out, you need to use Super 10. Then we have this fantastic product called Supergrow. Supergrow is a product that is used by farmers to increase their yield. It's very versatile, very economical. You mix it 1 to 1,000 with water. It is safe and easy to use and handle. Non-toxic. It means it will not affect you negatively. It's a multi-purpose. You can use it inside or outside the house. It's got a proven performance. If you're a guest, speak to one of the distributors, they'll give you information on some of the results we've got from using the Super Grow. Then we have the skincare range of products. We've got products to detoxify and cleanse your skin. We've got products to balance and invigorate, product that protects your skin from the environment. We've got products to activate and nourish your skin, because the skin is in a process of replacement constantly. So you need something to help your dead skin move out and the new skin to grow and be healthy. Let's talk about the business. Let's talk about how do you become an independent distributor? How do you make money in our business? You make money in our business, first and foremost, the first step is to be registered as an independent Neolife distributor. When you do that, you do three things. Before I explain what is required or what you need to do to succeed, you need to have a dream. You need to have something you always want to have. Some people want a dream car. Some people want to travel in very, very exotic places in the world. If you had probably you're a young family or you're an older family, you want to have your own home or your own house. You need to have a dream house. You need financial freedom. So if you want to succeed in this business, you need to have a dream so that this business. I see Fred Gichuki has raised his hand. Sorry, Fred. I don't know if there is a. Just one moment.
Thank you, Pascal.
Okay. All right. So if you want to succeed in our business, you need to have your own dream. That means you need to have something that you're working towards. The business becomes a vehicle to achieve your dreams. So how do you build this business? We build this business by doing three things every day. They're called 3 daily success habits. The first, you need to use the products. Why? Because you become an ambassador for the product of the products. Very few people are going to believe you if you're recommending something you're not using yourself and you don't believe it. So you need to use the products yourself. We've got products for different situations: cleaning products, skin. Become your customer and they buy the products from you at a retail price, while you buy from the company at distributor price. Two introduce other people to be business builders like yourself. In this, you've introduced your friend, your relative, your neighbor, and yourself. You built a business that is doing 1,000 PV. Let me just explain what PV is. PV is point value. Each product has a point value attached to it because the company wanted to standardize business worldwide. So this product for Provitality is 36 PV throughout the world where Neolife does business. So in 1 month, you built your business with your friends, your relative, your neighbor. Total, you've done a 1,000 PV, you become a senior manager, your income is about $300. You begin to duplicate yourself. That means you teach your friend, your relative, your neighbor to do what you've just done the previous month. It could take a month, it could take 2 months, 3 months. So in total, your total organization is doing 4,000 PV. If you do that, you become a director and your income is between $500 and $750, depending on the volume of business you generate. If you want more money, help other people to be directors in your group. For example, in the previous example, you've taught your friend, your neighbor, your relative to also reach the director level of business. The total you're doing 4,000, each of them doing 4,000, you become a world team member. If you do that, your income goes to about 15 to 3,000 US dollars a month. If you want to earn more money, just help other people also become directors. In this example, if you help 6 people, you call them 6 legs, become directors, your income goes, you become a president's team member, $6,000 a month. That is what can happen if you really take this business seriously. So at this point, I would like to invite our guest speaker. Our guest speaker we met in Cape Town. We had such a wonderful time. Fred, if you can hear me, I think you can unmute yourself and share with us your story.
Yes, Pascal, I can hear you. I can see
Hi,
you.
Fred.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm in town, so I'll just share my story. Don't mind if there's a bit of background noise, but my name is Fred Gichuki. Fred joined this business a long time ago. I joined when I was a young man. I was in my 20s by the time I joined. I was working in the hotel industry as a receptionist. I was not earning money. I was earning about 10,000 shillings per month. A stranger introduced me to this business. So if you're introduced by a stranger, welcome. I was also introduced by a stranger. And he told me, Fred, there's something you can do part-time which can give you an extra income. I started doing this business not knowing what I was doing. I was ile kubahatisha because my upline sponsored me and went back to South Africa. And I had to learn through the school of hard knocks. By making mistakes, I learned. And I always say that if I was able to succeed, anybody can succeed. Because it was a do it yourself and learn as you go. So you make mistakes, you keep on learning until you're able to stand and do it by yourself and learn the right way of doing it. So I joined the business and I started growing it. There were the usual challenges. Initially, people don't believe in you because they don't believe in you as an entrepreneur. My own family wasn't very excited about my doing the business. Some of my friends made fun of me, but I thank God that I had very big dreams that did not allow me to look at the negativity that was around me. And I started growing. I started making some money. I remember my first check was 300 bob. Started growing. I kept on working the business, went to 3,000, went to 30,000 shillings per month. And that became very, very exciting because I got a title director. As a director, I was invited to these big hotels, the Windsor Golf and Country Club, went there for leadership school, New Stanley, Lyco Regency. I mean, places that I would otherwise not even think of. going to, or they were not within my sphere of influence. And for me, it was totally out of my comfort zone to even say that I could get into Hilton Hotel. But Neolife has this habit of getting you from one level and taking you to another level. Yeah. Because a gentleman who was a receptionist earning 10K was now staying at the Windsor Golf and Country Club, and the company was paying over 30,000 shillings for me to be there. So that became to me very, very exciting that I could actually live that kind of lifestyle. And I continued doing the business, and I started developing directors in my team. I remember I got one director, very excited director, and this lady helped me to become a SAFA director. SAFA director meant that I became a world team member, and as a world team member, it took me about 3 years to get to world team, so it was not like an instant thing. And that's the thing about this business. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a get-rich-sure scheme. It's a get-rich-sure scheme. And in 3 years, I became a world team member. And I remember my check getting to 80,000, 90, 100K. And I got my first trip to South Africa. I remember 4.5 hours later, we were in Joburg, South Africa. And it was amazing. It was amazing for a receptionist to get into a plane fully paid for by Neolife. I remember we were with Anyang Nyong and Kiraitu Murungi, incidentally, who are doing the business at the time, still part of Neolife, still doing the business. And I said to myself, if these people can do this business, I need it more than them. And we continued doing the business. And since then, I've been able to travel so many places. I can tell you, I've been abroad more than 25 times, courtesy of Neolife. I've been abroad so many times. And I can tell you, recently we were with Pascal at Cape Town. It was just amazing. And guys are making money. You find somebody join the business, comes from Sapphire to President's team in 1 year. I mean, guys are minting money out there. Youth, young people who are minting money, making money, social media. We saw a Tanzanian young girl earning more than 1.7 million. And I think she's not even 35 years of age. And I mean, you are in that room and you are thinking, whoa, this business has not started in Kenya. We went to Tanzania the other day and we saw young girls driving Land Cruisers. And I said, my God, somebody is 21 years old and is driving a four-wheel drive car. They're not even through with campus, but they're driving a Land Cruiser. And we have many people who have worked for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, but they don't even have a car. And yet here we have a 21-year-old who is actually driving a Land Cruiser. Let me tell you, the stories of Neolife are sometimes you think about them, they look like scenes from a movie. They don't look real, but it is real. It has happened and it is happening to people. I tell you, life can grow from grass to grace. What other benefits have I gotten from this business? I would say one of the greatest benefits I've gotten is personal growth and development. Pascal talked about it. The ability to have a conversation and make a difference, the ability to influence people positively, to help people to be better than what they are, to make a positive difference in people's lives. In fact, somewhere along the way, I picked that as my mission on this planet, to make a positive difference in people's lives. Because I realized that that is the reason why we're on this planet. We are here not for our own stomachs, but we are here to help other people to live a better life. That if you meet somebody today, by the time you part ways, you'll have made a positive difference in that person's life. And that to me is my passion. And that has given me a richer life. It has given me focus in my life. And it has enabled me to touch so many lives and make a positive difference and to really give to people so that those people can be richer than they were in terms of health, in terms of wealth, in terms of lifestyle, in terms of personal growth. Just like somebody touched my life, I also want to touch as many people's. Right now, I want to develop more than 100 world team members in my team. We were in Cape Town and we saw one distributorship last year, which developed more than 225 Sapphire directors. Can you imagine? 225 world team members in 1 year. You know, I don't know, 9 diamond directors. These are people earning over $1 million. Can you imagine? You have 9 friends who you help to earn over $1 million a month. I mean, when you think about this business, it's just mind-boggling. When I saw Tijani taking a picture with his president's team members, people earning over $500,000 a month, he had more than 80 people in his team earning over $500,000 on a monthly basis. I don't know who out there is willing and ready. And this guy was a Mutumba, he was selling Mitumbas. He was an untrained teacher who then became a Mitumba salesman. And he's able to touch such kind of lives. And he was telling us his business is doing more than 4 million points a month. I mean, look at that. That is what can happen if you say yes and you start doing this business. Don't look where you are. If you're here and you're a guest or a distributor, don't look where you are. Look where you're going. This business will take you from grass to grace. If a receptionist who was only earning 10,000 shillings can reach a point whereby at one point you are given a check of $13,000 in London, more than 1.3 million. I mean, that is not money that I would have even thought about even in my most creative situations. I would never have thought that one day a company would pay me 1.3 million at once. You know, the only thing I would think of is that that would be a loan that I would pay for the rest of my life or a mortgage. But that is what has happened with this business. I can tell you, this business transforms life. Today, that receptionist who was earning 10K is a landlord collecting rent. Yeah. If you had told me that one day I would collect rent, ningekwambia uko na wazimu, earning 10K, niku collect rent ama nikulipa rent. Even the landlord, you'll be avoiding the landlord, you know. So that young man who was earning 10K today has driven several cars. Today drives a 4-wheel drive car. Yeah. So life can change. Today, I can proudly say in my team, I have several people who are earning more than a 6-figure income. Can you imagine? You meet somebody who is a stranger to you and you help them and they start earning more than 6 figures. Mi hata nasemanga, out to them be tudogo. The two small sins. Even Sir God will look at them and say, this guy has helped people feed their children. Maybe we need to relook at this, but that's on a lighter note. But the truth is, Neolife gives you a chance not only to make money, but also to empower lives, to make a positive difference in people's lives, to help the government in its endeavor to develop jobs and have people employed in gainful employment, whereby they don't have to rob anybody or know anybody or have a godfather to make money. They just need to come in, put in some honest effort, talk to people, solve their problems, and they can become rich beyond their wildest dreams. So if you're out there, and you're a guest, and you're looking at this for the first time, today is your time. Neolife has come to your doorstep. It is for you to say yes or no. If you say yes, fantastic. Next year, perchance, we'll be with you in a plane going to Egypt. You'll have you'll have joined the world of possibilities, that now you can be part of the group that is going to go with us to Egypt next year. I remember a time when we went to London, we had people whom we went with who are 2 months old, 3 months old in the business. And it can also happen to you. So don't think that those dreams that you've been planning are too far away. You just need to get a vehicle like Neolife, and it will take you to your wildest dreams. But you have to say yes. If you say no, or maybe and no are usually the same in most cases, then life will remain the way it is. And I tell you, chances are high with the way things normally go, you find that the economy rarely goes better. Many a times it gets worse than it was yesterday. But when you have an additional income, then you find that your economy becomes better. And I learned one thing in your life. The economy, regardless of the status of the economy, you can make your economy better than what it was before. You can drive that car, that brand new car. Even if people are complaining about the economy or saying what they are saying, you can succeed beyond your wildest imagination, because Neo Life is a vehicle like no other. It's an equalizer. It gives everybody an equal opportunity. Today you can join today and you can make more money than Fred Gichuki. And Fred Gichuki would be so excited because he has empowered somebody who has become rich courtesy of Neo Life. So guys, thank you so much, Pascal, for this chance to have this conversation. I can talk until tomorrow, but I'm excited, I'm fired up. The future is looking great. I want to challenge everybody on this call to be at KICC on Saturday and on Sunday to be at the Hilton Hotel, and come and let us see Neo Life in action. Come and learn from a billionaire, somebody who owns more than 8,000 acres of land. Ukienda kwake unaenda na helicopter. To get to his house, you have to use a helicopter. Come and learn from a rich man so that you can also become rich. Thank you so much and God bless.
Fred, thank you so much for your story. It's always very refreshing. I think we are cousins in this business. We started the business almost at the same time. So we really appreciate your friendship. You know, when we're in Cape Town, Fred is asking me, hey, show me the joints. Fred, thank you so much for your story. We really appreciate you sharing with the team. So, ladies and gentlemen, Fred has been talking about traveling. These are the areas or the places you can travel if you really want to build this business. Dubai, Hong Kong. Just one moment, please. Sorry. My apologies. In the current slides. Okay, so we visit different destinations because the company comes back to say, thank you so much for introducing a lot of customers to buy our products. We will reward you by a trip to different locations. Leadership school in different areas in East Africa, West Africa, Southern Africa. You have leadership schools where if you reach a certain level in the business, the company sponsors you to stay for 4 days to learn how to be a business leader in this company. How do you get started? If you're a guest, you need to invest in some initial capital. If you're in Botswana, it's between 720 and 1450 pula. If you're in South Africa, it's between 910 or 1980 rand, different packages. In Kenya, 9,200 or 11,700 Kenya shillings. In Nigeria, is 68,000 or 100,000 naira. In Tanzania, 167,000 or 217,000 Tanzania shillings. In Uganda, is 250 or 280,000 Uganda shillings. In USA, $75. In Togo, 46,200 or 61,500 francs CFA. In Italy, 64 euros. In Ghana, 800 or 1,300 Ghanaian cedis. In Cameroon is 60,000 or 74,000 francs CFA. This is what you need as an investment to start your business. So if you're a guest, speak to the person who invited you. But the most important thing about our business, take complete charge of your life. How do you do that? And what does the business offer to you? First, a flexible schedule. You decide when and how you want to build your business. If you're employed, don't quit your job. Speak to your sponsor. They will guide you on how to build this business on a part-time basis. Work from home. You don't need an office. You build this business from your home. If you have a device, a phone, or whatever it is, then you save money. One of the things that we found out that if you use the products, you will save money because you're not. For example, our cleaning products are concentrates. One product will replace 3 or 4 other different products in your home, and you save money. Residual income simply means you're paid now for the work you put in yesterday. Betty and I are earning money this today, that is the work we put in 20 years ago. Quality family time, you spend more time with your family because your family or your children or your spouse actually sees you doing the business from home. And then financial freedom. Financial freedom simply means if you're employed and your salary is late by 1 month, you don't panic. That is what financial freedom is. Then you become your own boss. I suggest to you, if you're starting this business, take this business as your employer. What does that mean? Think about that. If you don't go to work for your employer, they will fire you. Take the same attitude building this business until the business is paying 3, 4, 5 times what your salary is. International travel, you've heard from Fred about international travel. Education for your children, you can, because of the income you can earn in this business, you take your children to very, very good schools. And personal development. I've seen some people who have very dramatic changes in their lives. They improve to become better people. Some people, when they start, they're afraid to speak to 2 people sometime, and when you become really successful, you can't stop them from talking or speaking. So that is what you need to succeed in our business. If you're a guest, please get back to the person who invited you. They will give you information to get started. They will give you a form. Once you fill, you've paid your registration amount for your starter kit, then get started in the business. I wish you the very best. Good night and God bless.